everyone, my name is NewFlowerGirl, but you can call me Demi, and welcome back to another video. Today, after the massive jump scare we had in Barcelona, we are back with MotoGP, and my hair is really fluffy today. Well, not fluffy, like, I braided my hair last night and like, this is what happens. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the Grand Prix in Misano at Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli. So yeah. Yeah. A couple of things have changed, I think. Well, only one thing. Pedrosa, yeah. He was test driver. And Mikel Pirro. Also, where is he in this list? There he is. Because Enea Bastianini is still not able to be able to racing. He will basically sit out like 3 Grand Prix. Might actually be 2. Or definitely like now 2 more, definitely. Probably actually. But he'll definitely sit out 1 more Grand Prix. The main reason for that is because there might not even be an Indian Grand Prix. I'll go over that later. Just one MotoGP. Well, just MotoGP. So yeah, let's go. So Stefan Bradl, he took the footsteps of well, he basically got into he got onto the bike to replace the still injured Alex Rins. But this is just a sprint race that I'm firstly going to talk about because I'm going to do them in order. I like it that way. This time there was no massive crash, though. In the Moto2 Saturday morning, during like practice 3. With only 25 seconds to go, the session was stopped due to someone having parked their bike in the middle of the track. Yeah, and that guy is not going to be coming back, probably. So yeah, Juan Mir and Marc Marquez both stayed onto the bike. We're happy to hear that. We are also happy to hear that Francesco Bagnaia was able to race. He was in a lot of pain though he brought back a podium in the sprint race. Dani Pedrosa, he was basically outscoring both the KTM drivers. I mean, Jack Miller P15, not even in points. Brad Binder P5, and then Dani Pedrosa P6, P4. He got 6 points for that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see where the Italians are, because I normally always do that, you know. So Michele Pirro, 20th. Fabio Di Gianantonio, 17th. Luca Marini, 7th. Francesco Bagnaia, 3rd. Marco Bezzecchi, 2nd. And the winner was Juan Mir. Not Juan Mir. Would be nice though if he did. I think if Suzuki comes back, he would be jumping onto that bike straight away. It's actually Jorge Mate who won the race. Anyway, Moto 3. I'm happy to announce that Colin Vaya was able to get back onto the bike, and he still was in a lot of pain because, you know, driving around with like broken toes and all sorts, it's not fun. Okay, I know in MotoGP there are guys there's like half the grid injured or returning from an injury, and like one of those guys won a freaking race with 2 broken ankles. Like, what the heck? Marco Bezzecchi drives around with the broken finger. These guys are tough AF, alright? You know, if you are like a racing driver and well, not a racing driver, someone who does also like motorbike riding and has the same kind of protection. If you're watching this, let me know what like the worst kind of accidents you've had and how you processed it, because like it's kind of interesting for me to know, because like the entire recovery process, like it must have been tough, you know. Like I'm interested in knowing. But if you don't have an injury, if you haven't had an injury yourself, then perhaps like one that that one of your friends have had or something. Like that, but I'm interested. Okay, so Moto 3 main race, because they don't do sprint here. Not classified. David Salvador. Yeah, he just retired. Bro just crashed. Now, where are the Italians on here? Well, there are a lot. We have Filippo Farioli. It's Felipe Fabio Farioli. P21. Matteo Bertelle, P20. I just realised that if I hover with my mouse over their names, it says their full name at the bottom. So yeah. Riccardo Rossi, 18th. Stefano Nepa, 13th. Romano Fenati, 10th. And I would say there are not a lot of Italians in it as I thought. There are more Spaniards. Right, so anyone that really stood out to me? Well, yes, one in particular, and as for obvious reasons, of course, Colin, Mr. Colin Fire. He was on fire today. That's legit a joke they made on live commentary with the Dutch commentary. And they last weekend they did do that for like on X as well, and like I was like, nice play on the words, yeah. But yeah, he didn't qualify too good. And that man, he's good at building up his race. I mean, I believe he started like outside of the points or something, like P15 or something. Wait, let's see. He was in Q2. So yeah, he qualified 10th. Okay, qualified 10th. And yeah, he dropped back a little bit on the start, I think, and then he just got back on his way. He overtook Daniel Gaudo, who had a terrible start. He overtook Suzuki, Yamanaka, Nepa, Moreira. Fenati wasn't there. Rueda, Otola went wide a long time ago. Sasaki, Toba. Every single one of them dropped back a bit more after Colin overtook them. I found that so funny. And after that, like after all those other races that went after that, the same thing happened. Like you got overtaken and you lose your rhythm, and then like you drop back. It's kind of interesting to see how that shit works. So yeah. Yeah, this time Munoz actually finished the race. Colin finished P5. Munoz finished P4 after having a nice battle with Onshu Masia. And then David Alonso joined into the battle. Yes, David Alonso. Herman Masia was pole man. Ricky Rueda, if you remember, after the last race he was on the podium. Juan Antonio Rueda. Oh, no, Jose Antonio Rueda. He finished 9th here, not bad. Diogo Moreira, he's gonna make a move to Moto2. That's already announced. He finished P12. And have I already mentioned that Shama Masia is going to be Bo Benschneider's new teammate next year? In case I haven't done that yet, now I have. Yeah, I'm not sure about any other guys who are going to move up. But yeah. Lorenzo Felon, he's like returning from an injury, terrible injury. But yeah, he's right now always at the back. P24. I had to point it out for you guys. Joel Kelso actually had a good start, but the small the small Aussie dropped back to P19. Well, like I said, Daniel Holgado, he had a moment and dropped back. Ottala actually had a moment in turn 14 where most of the crashes have happened the entire weekend, like turn 13 and 14. In the Moto 3, on one moment, one of the CF Moto Racing guys, I believe it was Kelso, or it might have been in Moto 2, I can't exactly remember. He actually parked his bike during a session onto the tires, onto the tire barricade. It saved the marshals a whale of a time. It looked really hectic. You know, it was like, oh, what happened there? That looked violent. It must have been so violent. I didn't see what happened though, so yeah. But then again, marshals aren't complaining. So yeah. Yeah, Ottala, he just went wide. Kaito Toba, he actually qualified, probably he actually had his best qualifying result all year, all season, I think. Probably of his entire career in Moto 3. He qualified P3 on the front row. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the winner was David Alonso, and Ochu got third. But yeah, it was a really nice battle. The entire last sector, it was just battle, battle, battle. Now on to Moto 2, there were quite a lot of crashes. Holy cow. There are a lot. So, we're gonna start with Senna Aegis, Dennis Foggia and Sander van der Goolberg. They crashed together, I still don't know how. Then Aaron Kinnett, Rory Skinner, it might have been Rory Skinner who it happened to. Fermin Aldeguer, Sam Lewis. And then we had another two-driver crash with Lucas Tulovic and Izan Guevara. Now, Izan Guevara, he had to go to the medical center, but he was fine. He was declared fit. So yeah, 21 riders still remaining. Where are the Italians? Well, of course, first one, Dennis Foggia, out. Alberto Sura, P17. Now we're gonna go up to guest rider, Mattia Pastini, P10. Tony Abolino, P4, and Celestino Vietti, the poleman, P2. Now I actually think about it, it's not too many Italians actually. You might just think like there's so many Italian drivers in here, but like there's not a lot. I think there must be more Spaniards than Italians, of course. Like in the MotoGP, that's really a lot. But yeah, Zonta actually was P15, well P12 on the race, like on the grid. Bobet Schneider P15 on the grid. And when the race was started, they had swapped. That was like really funny. Like Bobet Schneider all of a sudden 12th and Zonta P15. But yeah, then like all of a sudden Zonta was involved into fights. Dennis Foggia dropped back, probably after a mistake he made, and then they tangled or something. I hope it's not too bad. I still haven't seen what happened, so I cannot judge on what it was. But yeah, Bobet Schneider did end up in the points. Yeah, he's finally doing good. Still not where I was hoping him to be. P13. After keeping Jake Dixon and Sergio Garcia out behind him for a long time. Dixon, of course, not having the best races at all. Manuel Gonzalez had a great race. I mean, he started at front as well, so. Yeah, going into the top now, the top riders. Near the ends, they all started to struggle a bit. Like, they all started to struggle with, like, grip and such. Vietti and Lopez and Arbolino, they all kind of lost it a bit. They all lost, like, a bit of grip. Like, they lost the front and then they went. That's actually kind of the reason why Sam Lois crashed. Because he wanted to do the same and he just crashed out, unfortunately. Yeah. The podium was third place Alonso Lopez, second place Celestino Vietti, and first place Pedro Acosta. I think he might be the winner. He might gonna snatch the title. And then he has to move up, I think. I'm not sure if here there's also a rule that whenever you become world champion you have to move up. I don't know. I think you have to. But then again, if you're like a good driver, then the top teams will, like teams in the higher class, will ask you to drive for them next year. So then you don't have a chance to do it again. I'm really not sure. Anyway, MotoGP. Well, let's look at the retirements. Jack Miller, Michele Pirro, they crashed together. Juan Mir, sad, but expected. And Paul Espargaro. So yeah. 19 drivers still remain. Let's go to the Italians. Michele Pirro, retired. Fabio Di Gianantonio, P17. Franco Morbidelli, P15. Luca Marini, P9. Francesco Bagnaia, P3. And Marco Bezzecchi, P2. There are really not a lot of Italians. My dad says like MotoGP and like all those classes are like 50% Spanish and Italian, but I think it's more 50% Italian, 25%, 50% Spanish and 25% Italian, and the rest is like of the other countries. There are more Spaniards than Italians. So yeah. But they all get taught by the very best. By VR46. 9-time world champion. Anyway. Fabio Quartararo, he finished where he started. P13. Aleix Espargaro didn't have a good race. He dropped back. Raul Fernandez had a great race for a rookie. P8. Marc Marquez stayed on the bike and ended up P7 in the Crypto Data RNF MotoGP Team Sandwich. Danny Pedrosa, he was quite close to getting a podium, quite close to snatching a podium from Francesco Bagnaia, but yeah, not enough. Bagnaia was absolutely destroyed when the race was finished. He was absolutely destroyed. And like, I get it, like a week ago he had a terrible crash and then he has to get back and like there's so much adrenaline going into the race, and then when the race is done you still have a bit of adrenaline but it's dropping and then you feel like all of the pain. Yeah, it's pretty exhausting to have pain. Like you might constantly think about it but also not. So yeah. The winner was Joachim Matten, so basically the podium was the same as last one. So yeah. Next one is next race is India. And it might not actually happen. And you guys know why? because there's like a lot of things happening there. I can't exactly remember what they said about it there, but like it's probably gonna get cancelled. It's like in 2 weeks. And yeah, I don't think it's really gonna happen at all. Sorry, India. It might be a great track, but I'm so sorry. I actually kind of calculated how the lap time would be there. And basically, I looked up at like the race distance of India, and the one that was closest to it in terms of length is Argentina. So I took basically the pole time of Argentina and added a bit to it. So I added 1 second to it, and I basically submitted that. So yeah, we'll see. It's like in 2 weeks, so I don't know why I did that early. So yeah, how many races to go? Well, if India does go ahead, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to go. So yeah, next week we're gonna be talking about my favorite F1 street circuit, which is, of course, Singapore. I absolutely love that track. In case you guys didn't know, I did a last first challenge on Twitch on that track in F1. Those videos are still on my channel. Just look up NewFlowerGirl last first challenge, or go into my predictions challenges playlist and you'll see it. It's like near the bottom, I think. But yeah, you can see the full thing there. It's a 2-part video. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please hit the like button. Also consider subscribing. And yeah, that's it from me for now. I shall see you guys in another video. Bye!